Traveling is super exciting, but can be a little overwhelming. Whether you're a same day of the flight packer like me, or an overpacker like my wife, here are some basic travel essentials that will elevate your experience this summer. I've been on over 200 flights in my life, which taught me what to bring and what not to bring on your next business trip, road trip, or vacation. I will also share some hacks and tips that I've learned along the way. Let's jump in. Let's start off with my newest additions to my travel setup, my nomadic backpack. I got the 14-liter travel pack and it is absolutely amazing. In the past, I used to always wear fashion backpacks or whatever was cheapest. But this time around, I decided to splurge a little bit and get a nicer one, and man, do I understand the hype. It is lightweight, practical, durable, and looks amazing. It combines elegance, comfort, and function. It's obviously water resistant, and what I like about the travel pack is that it has this 360-degree zipper, which is actually hidden, and it opens up and it can store everything just like a mini luggage would. This means that if I have a 2-day trip, I don't bring a suitcase or a carry-on. I put my dress shoes, my slacks, and a button-up shirt, all my toiletries in this pocket, and now I am free to go with one backpack only. Another little perk is that it has this little compartment for your sunglasses, which has a nice Velcro finish inside to not scratch anything up. The laptop compartment opens all the way up, so you don't have to remove it when you're going through TSA. The laptop compartment is also elevated and suspended as opposed to being flush to the floor, which means it has a lot of clearance. So I can drop the backpack and I know my expensive laptop will not be damaged or squished. By the way, I could honestly do a dedicated video on just this backpack alone. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. I recently purchased this Anker GAN Prime 2-in-1 and it is amazing. Hands down the best charger I've ever used. It has a wall mount you can plug in directly to the wall with super fast charging at 65 watts, but it also serves as an excellent battery bank. In the past, I used to use dedicated battery banks and I really did not like them because if they are not used within a couple of weeks, they completely die on you. This one is almost always used, permanently lives in one of my wall plugs, which means if I ever need to go somewhere, I unplug it from the wall and it's fully charged and it's good to go. Furthermore, it has these little dots that indicate how much charge is left on the bank. And I would actually say that each one of these dots represents one full charge for my Samsung S22 Ultra. Now yes, it is a little bulky, but for the power it stores and generates, it's well worth it. I recently took a train to New York. Shout out to Bird Box, by the way. Hands down the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. Crazy line, but well worth it. I came back super late. I was using my phone and my laptop for some meetings, and I had the peace of mind that the Anker battery bank was gonna last me the whole trip. Speaking of chargers, if you plan on traveling internationally, I highly recommend this little cube adapter. It can take any plug and convert it to any plug, which means with this one cube that I store in my travel case, I can go anywhere in the world and I don't have to worry about charging. It features EU, UK, Australia, and the US, and this basically covers the entire world. For example, if you're in India, you most likely use the EU plugs. It's very lightweight, very durable, and it has 4 separate smart USB type A slots, which means once your device is fully charged, it will turn off. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know how important computer power is for me. I personally don't like working on a phone since it doesn't have enough monitor space. At home, I work on my custom built PC. By the way, link in the description if you'd like to see me build that monster. But when I travel, I always carry around my M2 Macbook Air. It's super lightweight, surprisingly powerful, and the battery lasts up to 18 hours. It's perfect for meetings, work, and even creative projects on the go. I honestly never leave without it since it's also part of my everyday carry. I've already made a dedicated video where I go over all the M2 Macbook Air highlights, features, and its value. Click the link in the corner or the description down below to watch that. The wallet I use is the Extra wallet and I love those things. It has RFID and this awesome feature where you can click and all your cards are presented to you. Even though it looks amazing, super lightweight, super compact and small, there are 2 downsides to it. Number 1, you can't use this feature with a metal card. It'll fly out of the pocket. If you have any metal cards, you have to store them in the regular compartments. And problem number 2, it's not ideal for cash. The pocket's a little small, so I recommend putting your business card in there and maybe 20 bucks for emergency. If you travel and you're planning on using cash, my greatest advice to you is get a rubber band or a hair tie, especially if you're traveling to a country where the currency is very different than the US. Shout out to Indonesia, where with $65, you can be a rupiah millionaire. Now for me, music is my muse. Is that where the word music comes from? I get inspired, productive, and in the zone when I have my tunes. I'm currently rocking the Bose 700s. I really enjoy these because the sound quality is absolutely excellent. And they have a little bit of a better microphone than the Sonys, while still being in an acceptable price range without going up to the $500 like the Apple Air Max. Fair warning, the earmuffs on the Bose 700s are a little bit hot, especially if you're working out in them, so I recommend exchanging them for the foam muffs. Still not perfect, but they get hot less. And speaking of sleep, I absolutely love the sleeping mask. I bought this off Amazon, and what's really important to me is how it has this nice little border around the eyes. Meaning, I have this room where I can open my eyes fully without my eyelashes and my eyelids getting smushed. My biggest airplane hack is to control your environment when it comes to noise and light. With the noise canceling headphones and the sleeping mask, I'll fall asleep in 5 minutes. Now, my American Express Platinum card. This is my go-to travel card. It's very, very pricey, but if you travel by plane frequently, it makes a lot of sense. There's a ton of perks that, if used correctly, can help you offset the annual fee. And then you essentially get to use all the airline lounges with Priority Pass for free. It gives you 5x points for travel and hotels. It also has a 150,000 point travel bonus. The annual fee is a whopping $695. However, the amount of perks I get to use offset the fee completely. For example, right off the bat, $200 hotel credit, $200 Uber credit catches, it's monthly. You also get incidental airline credits with restrictions, Hulu or Disney credit for $240 a year, Walmart Plus at the moment if you're into that. You get immediate Hilton and Marriott Gold status, which you normally have to get like 40 stays per year to achieve, and many, many more perks. And remember, this is all before you actually consider the Priority Pass, which I think is the main selling point. With Priority Pass, you get access to thousands of lounges in all the major airports all around the world. These lounges are excellent to get free food, drinks, and a comfortable seating with secure Wi-Fi. If you buy water or food at the airport, it's incredibly expensive, which is why the free lounges really pay off. And in the US, they're not even that good. If you go east to Europe or Asia, the lounges get way better. I had sushi in Thailand. I had a really decent Taiwanese soup in the Taipei airport, and I am from Taiwan. Trust me, I don't mess around with beef noodle soup. If you'd like me to do a deeper dive on this credit card, please let me know in the comment section below. I really love to gamify the system and ensure I get the best bang for the buck, especially considering how high the annual fee is. Here are some lightweight essentials that I always put in my bag. Obviously, water. I always bring an extra charger with me, even if it's a small brick, simply because you might lose your main charger or leave it in the hotel and realize after you checked out. It happened to a friend of mine. Band-aids. They carry no weight at all. Zip patches. If you know, you know. I will always have a pen on me. I always bring a flash drive with me, especially on a business trip, because you never know if you need to print something really quickly, upload a presentation, or anything like that. Personally, I bring a Rubik's Cube. I basically use it as a colorful fidget spinner. Travel-sized Advil. Always bring Advil with you. Liquid IV. Again, if you know, you know. Stay hydrated. Now, here are some bonus tips and tricks I learned along the way. Carry a small travel-sized version of the product you use. Whether it be deodorant, cologne, any makeup, concealers, carry a tiny version of it. Don't bring a big version of it. In my toiletry bag, I will always have a baby version of my toothbrush, baby cologne, baby deodorant. Another major travel hack is to download all the apps and store them in a separate folder on your phone. United, American, Lufthansa, Hilton, Marriott, Airbnb, New Jersey Transit. Have them all on your phone. It comes in really handy when you're scrambling to find your reference number, confirmation number, reservation number, and you can also keep track of your points if you're gathering them. It makes a lot of sense. A little obvious here, but check the weather of your destination before you go. For any American citizen watching, get yourself global entry. It's $100 for 5 years. You fly through customs when you arrive in the US. If you travel light, you can get off the plane and just go home. And automatic TSA pre-check. TSA pre-check is a complete game changer. There's many ways to acquire it, but I think global entry is the best way to do it. For me, pre-check is absolutely essential. I completely stopped arriving at airports more than an hour before my flight. The 80-20 rule of traveling. The rule is 80% of the time, be as frugal as you can. Do not splurge, do not do anything crazy. This way, 20% of the time, you get to really elevate your experience. Spend a little extra, get a nicer dinner, get the extra pass so you can jump the line in Disney. Just make sure you don't flip those numbers around. This is huge. Create a checklist of items you need to bring on both domestic or international travel. Whether you organize everything with your Notion or Notes app on your phone, always keep some kind of a document and add to it if you forget something next time you're traveling. Here's what my checklist looks like. Super basic, but helps me get that peace of mind that everything I need, I have. Most importantly, have fun. Don't take life too seriously. Being able to travel is such a privilege. If you're going on a business trip, you're gonna do great. If you're going on vacation, take your time and breathe it all in. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, drop a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what item I didn't mention that's your travel essential. So did you know I have 19 bank accounts? And the reason why might surprise you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to hear more. Or let me know what you'd like to see next. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh wow.